might seem a little unusual to be attending the grand opening of a theme park and an exhibit devoted to the time in Earth's history when God decided the end of all flesh was required. But that's where we are today. Welcome to SkyWatchTV for Wednesday, July 6th, 2016. I'm Derek Gilbert. Today we're here for Media Day at the Ark Encounter in Williamstown, Kentucky. This is a project that's been 6 years or more in the making. Ken Ham and Answers in Genesis have put this together, and I have to tell you, Josh Peck, Sharon, and myself have been wandering around here today, and it is just an incredible sight. This is now the largest timber frame structure in the world, and you'll probably hear me say that a few times because coming from 20 years of steel sales, I'm a little bit biased in construction methods and types. But this has been a phenomenal experience. We're getting an opportunity to talk to a number of the scientists on staff with Answers in Genesis, and you'll see those interviews in some upcoming broadcasts of SkyWatch TV. But we want to take you around the park just a little bit, show you a couple of the sights and sounds, and talk to some of the people who came out, some from as far away as people we personally met, Wyoming, Ohio, and people from in the area here who have been supporters of Answers in Genesis and are getting an early look at the Ark Encounter. But we'll take you a little bit on a little bit of a miniature tour, as it were, show you some of the sights and sounds here at the Ark Encounter.
Many people in the media ask me, will it float? And my answer is this: read the Bible. Because after the flood, God said that there was a covenant between Him and man and the animals as sealed by the rainbow, that there would never be another flood like that one. So will the ark float? No, we didn't build it to float because there's never going to be another global flood.
At this time, on behalf of the city of Williamstown and the state of Kentucky, I would like to officially declare the Ark Encounter open.
You may have heard me talk in my previous life. I was a salesman for a steel company, and so seeing the inside of this building and realizing that this is all framed out with wood is absolutely astonishing. There are other replica arks in the world, but generally they will put together a steel frame and then just put a skin of wood around the outside. This is actually the largest timber-framed structure on planet Earth. And when you look at the size of the beams that you see here, and just think about having to do this with hand tools, it makes this accomplishment that much more remarkable. And without the benefit of things like steel bolts, it is absolutely amazing. This couple drove all the way here to the Ark Encounter today from Wyoming. Your name, please?
David Thompson.
David, where in Wyoming?
We live in Sundance.
How long of a drive is it from Sundance to Williamstown, Kentucky?
About 21 to 23 hours.
21 to 23 hours, and your name is Hadria?
Hadria Thompson.
Well, now what was it that motivated you to drive like 2 full days of driving time to get here?
Well, my husband and I were strong believers, and when we heard about this Ark, my husband's a contributor, a supporter of this, and it's one of those things you just have to see for yourself, you know, and it's just a great exhibit.
What was your first impression when you saw the size of the Ark?
I was a little surprised. I was in awe of it, you know, because I grew up knowing the fairy tale version of the Ark, like this little cute little yacht and everything, and just seeing the expanding of it, it was just a wonderful thing to see.
Troy and Darlene Jones drove here all the way from Akron, Ohio, and turns out we've got some mutual friends like Russ Disdar, who lives out that way. Troy, how long did it take you to get here?
Oh, about 6 hours, but we stopped in Cincinnati on the way, and then we're down at the Kentucky Horse Park.
Okay, now you haven't been through the Ark yet, so you've only seen the outside. What was your impression when you pulled up and you saw the size of this thing?
Pretty much in awe. I mean, it's just massive. It's just massive.
Now, Darlene, your daughter Josie, who's too shy to come on camera, she's standing right over there. What was her reaction when she saw it?
How big it was. She could not believe how big it actually was.
And Troy, my greatest creation on this earth is my daughter. She's 26 now, so she's a little older than Josie there. But how does it make you feel when you see her absorbing these biblical truths?
Well, that's one of the things that, you know, just pleases me, you know, to be able to, obviously God blessed us with a daughter after, you know, several problems. You know, she was actually one of a triplet, so, you know, it's a very good thing, but, you know, this is what it's all about. This is what I wanted her to see and experience.
There's still hope for this world. Troy, Darlene, Josie, she's here. Mind if I ask you a question? What did you think when you first saw the Ark?
When we drove up and you first seen it.
What did you first say?
Whoa.
Whoa. I think that captures it all right there. I'm actually standing between two molecular scientists here. Of course, Sharon with her degree in molecular biology with a genetics emphasis, and Dr. Georgia Purdom, who is on staff here at the Ark Encounter and is a molecular geneticist?
Correct, yeah, yeah.
Well, how does that training prepare you to work with a young Earth creation ministry?
Well, it's perfect. You know, if someone had told me I was going to be in ministry with a degree in molecular genetics, I'm not sure I would have believed them. But this organization, you know, with Answers in Genesis and the Ark Encounter, it really has been such a blessing to show people how genetics confirms and is consistent with what the Bible says about the animal kind, about Adam and Eve, about so many other things about our natural world.
Well, tell me how you decided exactly what animals you were going to put on the Ark, because they've speciated a lot from the time that Noah lived.
Right, and so it was a mixture of things. So we had some researchers, I kind of helped oversee the original project to kind of take all of the animals that we have today, land animals, and classify them into their original kind. And then what we did was to decide which ones we would actually represent on the Ark, because we have to represent a lot of things here on the Ark. We're trying to do a lot of teaching, so we can't put all the animals on here. So we wanted to do some that people are familiar with, like bears, for example, okay, dogs, cats, you know, things that people are familiar with, but then do some that we only know of from the fossil record, which are really fascinating. Things like dinosaurs, but then also some of these Ice Age, you know, animals that would have been probably very prominent during the Ice Age. And you just look at them and you're like, whoa, we don't have that around today. And you're right, we don't. It's just from the fossil record. So we tried to do both of those things, and we have lots more information on our website on all of the animals that people can.
Keep an eye on SkyWatch TV for a special upcoming program about the Ark Encounter. We'll have some in-depth interviews with the scientists on staff here and why they chose to become involved with a young Earth creation ministry, and show you more of the reaction of the people. Now, this week on SkyWatch TV, it's the second part of our interviews on the new book from Defender Publishing, When Once We Were a Nation. This week, we talk about, we discuss throughout the book the things that America seems to have lost in recent years. If you're old as me, you remember that this is not the same country that you grew up in. Josh Peck and Christina Peck join Joe Ardis and Donna Howell in discussing their contributions to the book. 12 chapters, 12 different topics. When Once We Were a Nation, you'll see that on SkyWatch TV this afternoon, coast to coast on the Cornerstone Network, and also tonight, coast to coast on our brand new affiliate, World Harvest Television. That's DirecTV Channel 367. You'll see the program again on Saturday down in the Arkansas area on Victory Television Network, and then again Saturday evening, WCLF TV in the Tampa, St. Petersburg area. We appreciate your support here at SkyWatch TV, and remember, you can always help us out with just a click of the mouse finger. Click share, click like, click subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. That's which corner, Josh? This one or the other one? Okay, this one. Little red button down here. Click subscribe, and if you've got email for me, please send it to dgilbert@skywatchtv.com. Thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert at the Ark Encounter, and this is SkyWatch TV. America isn't the same country that we grew up in, but it's hard to get back what we've forgotten we had. That's why Defender Publishing presents When Once We Were a Nation. 12 chapters, 12 authors, each one remembering when once we were a nation of strength, of rugged individualism, of dreams and opportunity. When once we were a nation of faith. From authors like Tom Horn, Chris Putnam, Lieutenant Colonel Bob McGinnis, Sheila Zielinski, and more. And when you order a copy of the new book, When Once We Were a Nation from SkyWatch TV, we'll add these books free. Dancing with the Devil, an honest look at the occult. Culture Clash, Islam's War with America. Conspiracies and the Cross, how to refute the most popular attacks on the gospel. And God Bless America, by Todd Starnes of Fox News. A $95 value for only $19.95 plus shipping. When Once We Were a Nation from Defender Publishing, because the first step to getting it back is remembering what we had. Genesis have put this together, and I have to tell you, Josh Peck, Sharon, myself have been wandering around here today, and it is just an incredible sight. This is now the largest timber frame structure in the world, and you'll probably hear me say that a few times because coming from 20 years of steel sales, I'm a little bit biased in construction methods and types. But this has been a phenomenal experience. We're getting an opportunity to talk to a number of the scientists on staff with Answers in Genesis, and you'll see those interviews in some upcoming broadcasts of SkyWatch TV. But we want to take you around the park just a little bit, show you a couple of the sights and sounds, and talk to some of the people who came out, some from as far away as people. Personally met Wyoming, Ohio, and people from in the area here who have been supporters of Answers in Genesis and are getting an early look at the Ark Encounter. But we'll take you a little bit on a little bit of a miniature tour, as it were, show you some of the sights and sounds here at the Ark Encounter. Might seem a little unusual to be attending the grand opening of a theme park and an exhibit devoted to the time in Earth's history when God decided the end of all flesh was required. But that's where we are today. Welcome to SkyWatch TV for Wednesday, July 6th, 2016. I'm Derek Gilbert. Today we're here for Media Day at the Ark Encounter in Williamstown, Kentucky. This is a project that's been 6 years or more in the making. Ken Ham and Answers and